meet you, but I'm quick to judge. I hope you drop the grudge. I know I'm not what you want from me. Pleased to meet you, know you're not the one. I know you like to run, but you can't keep up with me. Don't play, and I can't make up the rules. I just follow the game, listen, keep and stay in my lane. And I can't make up the rules, can't make up the rules, can't make up the rules. You don't wanna get to know me like that. You don't wanna get to hurt me like that. Think you wanna get a piece of my brain. I think that's a giant mistake. Everything that I throw away, I don't wanna be in here. Pleased to meet you, babe. Pleased to meet you, but I'm quick to judge. I hope you drop the grudge. I know I'm not what you want from me. Pleased to meet you, know you're not the one. I know you like to run, but you can't keep up with me. Don't play. You don't wanna get to know me like that. You don't wanna get to hurt me like that. Think you wanna get a piece of my brain. I think that's a dirty mistake. Everything that I throw away, I don't wanna be in here. Pleased to meet you, babe. Pleased to meet you, baby. Pleased to meet you. Oh, pleased to meet you, baby. Pleased to meet you, baby. Pleased to meet you, baby.
Girl, I hate when you give me the cold shoulder. Hate arguing, girl, I just wanna come over. We have ups and downs just like a roller coaster. And the only time we fight is when we're not sober. Wish we could start all over again. She like an angel, she always plays pretend. She fell from heaven, but she ain't innocent. You're bad, but it's okay though. Do anything you say though. The fire in the dress, guess this devil wears a halo. You're bad, but it's okay though. Do anything you say though. The fire in the dress, guess this devil wears a halo, a halo. Halo, 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 halo. This devil wears a halo, a halo. Halo, 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 halo. Halo, 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 halo. This devil wears a halo, a halo. Side by side, but you still say that I'm distant. I've never been really good at commitment. You talk a lot, then tell me that I don't listen. I try to change, but you do not see the difference. Wish we could start all over again. She like an angel, she always plays pretend. She fell from heaven, but she ain't innocent. Your bad, but it's okay though. Do anything you say though. You're fire in the dress, guess this devil wears a halo. Your bad, but it's okay though. Do anything you say though. You're fire in the dress, guess this devil wears a halo, a halo. Halo, 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 halo. This devil wears a halo, a halo. Halo, 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 halo. Halo, 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 halo. This devil wears a halo, a halo.
Alright everyone, I'm your host Sizzling Bacon, and today we're back with some American Truck Simulator. We will be hitting up with an actual truck driver here pretty soon. He actually pretty new on truck driving, and he actually been enjoying it. We've been friends for a good while, so we were going to go hop on in and probably call him on Discord, and we'll be talking and not have any music going on today. So if you guys have any questions, always feel free to ask. So give us a few minutes. I just basically got off the phone with him. Let me go ahead and turn this down. And let me do one more small thing here. No, let's don't do that. Let's go here. Alright. Don't forget to give me 1 second here. Let me get everything set up. Give him a buzz. There he is. See if he'll jump on in here.
There we go.
There we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, and then I gotta do one more small thing. Actually, I'll put this.
Demolish that rest stop. That's sad.
Alright. Alrighty, alright.
I don't know. What are you going to do today? Is the stream already started? Or it is? Where's the fucking intro at? Oh. Did you say that there's going to be a special guest? Okay, cool. Alright. Well, I'm the fucking Falcon. Fucking, what's the fuck up, people? Falcon driver. Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, let me throw my fucking CV and see if nobody's oh, nobody's talking. But you know, if you ever fucking you might hear it come on. Ah, oh, I did. Am I better now? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm about to hit a weight station. Let's hope it's fucking closed. I'll go ahead, man. I said go ahead. Okay, so this is actually a very good question. You know, this is one of the questions I had when I first started. Um, so of course, and in American Truck Simulator, you have the device too. It's that little blue box. Mine's actually a little bit bigger than that, right? So you have 3 lights. Never got the middle light, so only got there's only 2 lights you really go by, and that's green and red, right? Um, if the light is green, you go. It's a truck bypass. That means green mean go, red mean don't go, right? Simple as that. But now sometimes you don't even get a signal, right? Now, depending on what the signs on the road actually state, right? And whether or not it's closed or open is determining on whether you stop or not, right? So for example, if there's no light and the wait station is closed, you're good to go. But for example, if it says all commercial vehicles stop, you don't get a light and the wait station says open, then you have to stop. Wow, this.
Sorry about that,
no,
guys. I
it
totally
is
have
closed.
myself
The wait
muted.
station is closed.
So I asked him about
So
the
I
way
don't have
station
to worry
stuff.
about this wait station. Now, the thing is here too, and I'll explain this as well for all your viewers. Is an ATS, all it does is tell you your gross weight. See, look, I got the beep and I got the green light saying that I'm good to go. So an ATS, it just tells you your gross weight. Well, over in the real world, it tells you the weight of each axle, right? It doesn't just say your gross weight. So for example, you can only have up to 12,000 on your steers. No, not 12,000. Yeah, no, 12,000. Yeah, 12,000 on your steers, 34 on your drives and your trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can only go up to 80,000 pounds gross weight, right? That's including your vehicle, right? If you go anything over 80,000, that is overweight. Oh, look, deer. So if you're overweight, either you go back to the shipper and have the shipper take some weight off of you, or you you do the outlaw thing, which I'm not recommending anybody do this, because this is illegal as fuck. And that's to take routes around weights, around scales. And you can do that. It might be a longer journey, but you can do that and get to your destination. It's just a lot of route planning when it comes to that. And making sure that you can get to your destination without having to actually go through a scale that you can actually bypass. Most of the time, you can actually bypass all scales. Some highways actually do have scales. Most of them are not in functioning order anymore because most truck routes involve the interstate. But that's kind of how weight works now. Another thing too is you're probably now wondering, well, Falcon, what if my drives have a higher weight, or actually, back up, Falcon, how do I actually tell if I am in compliance with my tandems or my axles if I can't go through a weight station? Well, at most truck stops, there's a scale there that you can actually scale and find out what your trailer tandems weight are, right, or your axles weight are before actually going to a scale, and that's how you can actually tell. Now, if your drives or steers or whatever is out of compliance, you can either have to go back to your pickup have them reshift the weight, which is like the last thing that you should do. Or if you're in a trailer that I have, which is a dry-van trailer, or a box trailer, mind you, you change the trailer tandems. And there's different holes, and each hole I think on my trailer is like a 450 pound difference, right? So for example, if my drives are higher than my trailer, I need to push my tandems forward. If my trailer is higher than my drives, I need to push the tandems backwards, right? And it's the same thing with the steers. If my steers are heavy, then I need to move my tandems backward towards the steers. Now, some trucks are fancy and have what is called a sliding fifth wheel, right? Most time you don't have to touch the sliding fifth wheel. Usually you need to always have it in the place where it's properly. So that way all you have to do is slide the trailer tandems, because it's easier to slide the trailer tandems than the actual fifth wheel itself. But usually when you have a sliding fifth wheel, you usually leave it in place. You only use it if you desperately have to. Now, again, too, if you do slide your weight and you cannot fix it whatsoever, then you do need to go back to the shipper and have them reload you. Now, sliding your tandems, kind of talking more into this and getting a little bit more in depth, I hope you don't mind.
Yep.
Sliding your tandems actually causes your trailer to react differently. Sliding your tandems forward makes the trailer turn faster, but you have more of a fishtail, right? And that's something you have to be more concerned about. The more you have your trailer tandems back, the slower it turns, but the less fishtail you have. Now, pulling up, it has the same concept. If you ever, for example, if you're in a very tight spot, the best thing for you to do is keep your tandems all the way back. Because unless you're in a very tight spot, then I would say move it up just a little bit. But you don't want to have too much fishtail, because if that fishtail comes out and you're having to turn quick, you can damage the trailers beside you. So it's just one of those things where you have to kind of, adjust accordingly. Now, kind of the smart thing to do would be to pull out a little bit, try to turn, and if you can't turn, then back up a little bit, slide your tandems a little bit, and kind of just inch your way out. Luckily, I haven't been in that kind of situation yet to actually have to do that, but I've seen, that situation before. And, like, for example, in California, each state, as a truck driver, you have a book called an atlas, right? And that shows you your map and everything like that of each state and all the highways and whatnot. And, actually, if you want to kind of get into the game a little bit more in depth and kind of learn more than just the average routes, I would say go to your nearest truck stop and actually purchase an atlas. It's $40 for a laminated one, and you can learn a lot off of that book about every state as well, and it tells you what routes you're actually allowed to drive on without getting in trouble. Yeah. But also it tells you, the length of your trailer and your tandems in each state. And what I was saying before, an example is California. California, you have to have your tandems basically slid all the way forward. Now, here's the problem with that. If you're overweight and your tandems need to be slid all the way forward, well, now your trailer tandems are overweight and whatnot, and you have to adjust accordingly. Like I said, if I do stop before you the stream is over, I can actually pull out my atlas and I can go over a few states with you to kind of give an example of all this cool stuff and everything.
Okay, you say how much longer you got on your trip right now?
I got about 2 hours left on my trip.
That'll be about 9 o'clock. We probably won't have that time. Sadly.
All right.
But probably
Yeah,
next
but
time.
yeah, next time, next time I'll whip out the atlas and well, I can say one other state because I kind of know it a little bit thoroughly, but Tennessee, for example, is a state that has this regulation, but it's weird. So your trailer cannot exceed 53 foot, right? But the thing is, it starts from the kingpin, right, where the kingpin is. I think it's 48 foot if I'm correct, and it's kind of stupid, right? Let me explain to you why it's stupid, because it counts from your kingpin back to your trailer tandems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, technically you can have your tandem slid all the way back and you'll be in compliance, even though your tandems are slid all the way back and you're 53 foot at that point. The stupid thing is, like I said, it starts from your kingpin, right? Not the bulkhead of your trailer, but the kingpin, which is a little bit more inwards. And I think from the bulkhead to the kingpin is like 3 feet. So 53 3 foot minus 3 feet, that's 50 foot. So technically, you can't have your tandem slid all the way back, but pretty damn close. Like I said, some states it'll tell you in the atlas, where from what point of the trailer you need to measure from. Another state is Wisconsin that kind of does the same thing as well. But most of the time I run my tandems in the 12th hole, because the 12th hole is like the miracle hole and on the Great Dane trailers. And that basically gives you the best weight and everything and whatnot. Now, if I was to scale right now, and let's just say, because I'm hauling lawnmowers right now, and I'm only 17,000 pounds, I could slide my tandems up a little bit further than the 12th hole. If I was to weigh myself, I would have an idea of what hole I actually need to be in before I'm too close,
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I also have a gauge in my truck that kind of tells me my drive axles. So that kind of gives me an idea, as well as how much weight I have on my tandems, and and if I need to slide my tandems forward or backwards or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of gives me that idea. Weight is actually a pretty big thing in the real world than it is in the ATS. ATS, you're not really getting penalized like you could out here. If you were to be overweight, you would get an overweight ticket and you have to pay it yourself and whatnot, and then fix your trailer. And if you can't fix it, then you got to go back, and this is a lot of headaches. Sometimes, most of the time when I actually scale at a rest or truck stop, I'm usually I'm 30,000 pounds and up, because usually when you're 20,000 pounds and below, or below 30,000 pounds, put in the 12 hole, you're fucking good the majority of the time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, weight is kind of a big thing in the real world, and weight stations weight stations also kind of are an off kind of thing too, because believe it or not, majority of the time, weight stations are closed. Majority of the time, there's sometimes when they're open, and the thing is, it's really at random. They don't really, unless the actual scale on, because there's actually scales on the road too, that kind of let them know, like a kind of a rough estimate of you, and if you do seem suspicious, they will pull you in. But most of the time, if you're in compliance, it's a random. It's like a lottery kind of system for them. Any more questions, or
Well,
Like,
have you gotten a ticket yet so far?
no, I have not. I try to do things legally. Sometimes I do outlaw some stuff. Depending on the area that I'm in. Most time that deals with speed. Like for example, in Illinois, I try to do the speed limit majority of the time because they have a lot of construction zones, and they do photo enforcement in the state of Illinois. So that's one of the states that you kind of you need to pay attention to your speed, or else you could get pretty much fucked. But as far as tickets go, knock on wood,
Hey,
no, I
Extreme
have
Laser, welcome
not.
to the stream. How you doing, my good sir? Hope you're doing well.
Now, I will say I have gotten a DOT inspection. I got my first DOT inspection the other day, and I passed. And it was a level 1 inspection, and my company actually gives you a bonus for actually, getting a perfect inspection. And, because of my skills of pre-tripping, I'm pretty much good in those areas. I try to
Yeah.
make sure my truck is in good of a condition as possible, just for the simple fact of I like to get home. Now, I probably got a question I kind of feel burning is what's pre-trip?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Okay. Pre-tripping is very simple. It's where you go through and inspect your truck. Now in school, it's depending on what state you have. For example, I did my test in the state of Washington. You have to do A card, B card, C card, and D card, which is every fucking thing, right? Some schools you only have to do one card, but it's good to learn everything.
Yeah.
But you basically, check your lights, you check your oil, check, make sure there's no leaks or anything, make sure your hoses are good and all that good stuff. Pre-trip can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how thorough you want to be. Now, what I like to do is I like to pre-trip my truck before I start my clock, and because it saves me a lot of time. And when I mean a lot of time, I mean a lot of time, because I can be as thorough as I want to be, and then when I get in the truck, I hit inspection, wait 5 minutes, and I take off, because that saves me time on my clock. But like I said, I have what I like to call focal points for the day, and like for example, I'll glance over everything, but like for example, I take more time to focus in on my tires or my hoses or whatnot, and because I have focal points, I spend a little bit more time on one subject every day. That way, I know that is good for the next day, so I don't have to really. I can just glance over it and be like, okay, yeah, I'm fucking good. I'm good to roll. But pre-tripping is a very important part because, again, too, like I said, with DOT inspections, you can be put out of service, and it. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I know he's probably talking to a viewer. Oh, wife.
Yep.
But like I said, if you get put out of service, then that means either a tow truck has to come get you, or you have to get out and fix your truck or whatnot, all that good stuff, and it can cost the company money, and it can also hurt their CSA score and whatnot. So it's best to try to have a nice rhythm every morning and make sure your truck is good to go for the next day. And for your viewers, if y'all have any questions about how to get your CDL, what steps do I need to take, or what's life on the road is like, whatnot, I'm willing to answer any questions. I'm an open book, and I like to talk about my job. It's a fun job. You have any more questions, Bacon, or anything like that, or
Well, I do have one.
go ahead.
What would happen if you use your emergency brake while trying to come to a complete stop? Or not your emergency brake, but your air brake.
Okay, so this is a confusing question. Here's why I want to ask for a little bit more detail. Is because all trucks are equipped with air brakes. Are you talking about the yellow knob?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, First off, don't ever use that shit. In the game, it's okay, I guess, but in real life, that could fuck up your day pretty good. You can burn your brakes out pretty fucking good. And you're gonna come to an immediate stop, and it's not gonna feel good. Now, I can't personally say I've done this, but I've heard of people trying to use it, and no, you're not gonna get anywhere. Or stop, or yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere but hurt yourself, or you could actually hurt others. Because the thing is, your parking brake does not go to your back, your actual brake lights. So if a car is behind you, you're coming to an immediate stop really quick, they're gonna run into you. So it's not logical to use them except for parking only. Now, mind you, doesn't mean it's not gonna happen, because if you go below a certain threshold in your air system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those and we call them tractor protection valves, right? Those will deploy. They will deploy, and you're coming to a stop. So they can deploy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While you're driving. So it's another thing to monitor your air systems, because if I'm correct, they come out at 25 psi. Now, mind you, if you have an air leak, you're stopping, whether whether you like it or not. You're going to try to stop somehow, some way, shape, or form. That's just the gist of it. You will stop. And you want to stop on your own terms, because something bad can happen if you don't. And like I said, if you're going 60 miles an hour and you're losing air, the best thing for you to do, kick on your engine brake as hard as you can get it, and light footwork, and get to an area to where you could actually, if your tractor protection valves do deploy, you're not going to hurt anyone at all. Like I said, that like your tractor protection valves are emergency use only. That is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. All right. What is so far your average per gallon on the road?
Well, kind of go into that. My trip monitor right now is 6.4 as my average for today, but it really all depends on the size of load that I have too. Plays a big factor. But usually I can get at least about 7 gallons average a mile.
And you said that could be like an empty truck and a full truck?
Like I said, it differs between empty and loaded. Empty, I get really good gas mileage. It also depends on how hilly my area is. There's a lot of factors, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Into it. Like I said, my average right now is 6.4, which is decent. Right now, if I was to get a fuel bonus, I would get it. Anything over 6.4, you get a bonus. From my company that I work with. Now the best that I've heard is like a 9.0
Oh, Jesus.
in my company. And you know, in all honesty, I want to ask them how they do it, but more than likely they're probably going pretty slow. They probably have pretty flat terrain, probably pretty light for that week, and so forth and so forth. So like I said, yeah, it differs on load. In the game, if you want to kind of like, you know, kind of get to like game terms of things, the game kind of does not like adjust it very well to real life. Because you got that one setting where you can like, you know, you can change it from real life consumption to whatnot. Yeah, it's a little bit different out
Hey,
here.
bro, welcome to the stream.
Cruise control is your best friend for better fuel mileage. But again, too, like I said, it also depends on what you fill out too, because you know, even though fuel is the same type of fuel you get anywhere else, sometimes some places do have a better fuel compound into it, and some fuel runs better through your truck than others.
Alright, do you own a truck now, or you are through the company?
I'm a company driver. So from what that is they, you know, they give me a truck, they pay for the
Yep,
maintenance
and he's been
whatnot,
living on the road
fuel,
for the past like month or so.
and I just drive the damn thing. Simple as that. But yeah, I'm a company driver.
Okay, so I know like in the game when you fill up with gas, the people or like the company pays for expensive for gas and stuff. Is that also in real life as well?
Yeah, the company will pay for the fuel. Yeah, most time if you're a company driver, the company pays for the fuel. There's only one way you will have to pay for fuel if you're a company driver is if you do a lease operator, which for anybody out there who is getting into the trucking industry and hears the word lease operator and thinks, oh my god, that sounds like the greatest thing ever, I get to own my truck and everything, stay fucking clear from that shit. It's a fucking trap. Don't fucking do it. It's the worst thing you could possibly do, especially as a beginning truck driver. Unless you know what to do, unless you know how it works and how to operate, don't fucking do it. And if you want me to, I'll elaborate on it a little bit. For example, right, as a lease operator, right, you now have to pay. You're paying for the truck, you're paying for your maintenance, and you're paying for the fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some companies do a maintenance package with your lease agreement, and I think some of them do a fuel agreement, but most of the time they don't. So on top of you paying for the truck, you're paying for a maintenance plan, you're paying for the insurance, you're paying for the fuel. And the thing is too, as a lease operator now, you are only hauling loads for your company. You're not hauling loads for anybody else but your company. Your company is still dispatching you. The only thing is you're now owning the truck. And with owning the truck, now you have a responsibility. So now, let's say your company is giving you shit loads, which majority of the time as a lease operator, that's what they fucking do, because they know that they're making money off of you by getting money for the truck while also giving you shit loads and giving you the less amount of money and you know, them gaining money. So they're gaining more out of your paycheck than what you're actually earning. You're better off just buying your own fucking truck. and starting as an owner operator, then going as a lease operator.
So right now, so you're not leasing. You just drive the company's truck, basically, right?
Exactly. I'm not leasing. I will never lease. My company doesn't do lease operator at all. They don't even do owner operators for this company as well. It's a straight up company driven company. And not all companies are bad. Like I said, if you want to get into the topic of companies, I mean, I'm willing to shed some light onto that subject. But that's like a big topic to talk about.
Okay.
That should be a question you ask later when you run out of questions, because that I could go on forever about that topic.
Okay. Because that I was going to ask about, like, since you said once you was doing your schooling and everything, and getting a whole bunch of emails for different trucking industries, and why did you choose the one you're at now? That was gonna be my question.
Okay, that's an easy, simple question, right? Without going into further detail. So there's actually two companies I was looking at, right? Or actually, let's just go ahead and say there's three, right? So my father-in-law was actually working at one of them before he worked at this one that I'm actually in. That's reason number one is my father-in-law works for this company, and I had a little bit more insight into this company with him. So that's why I went with this company. Now, the first company he was with, we'll start with that one. I'm not going to mention its name. When we talk about companies, I will shit talk some companies. I won't even feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? But because this company is well known, which is funny, because I kind of just said their name.
Is it Swift?
No, it's not Swift. He worked for. I'll actually just say the company. The company's name is Well. Well, based out of Wisconsin. They're refrigerated freight. Now he worked for them for a few months, and I'm not going to like kind of go into the details of why he quit, but he didn't like dispatch. He got a new dispatcher, and he didn't like where he was going, so he just opted to leave. But for them, one of the reasons why even though he was working there and telling me to come to them, one of the reasons why I was actually steering clear away from them was their pay. It was just not up to my standard. To live comfortably out of the army, you need to be making at least 60K a year, right? Because the army pays for a majority of stuff. So 60K is like the average for what they actually pay for. So and with their cents per mile, which that's what they did, they pay cents per mile. It wasn't that good. I would have probably been making only 40,000 a year, and yeah, they might have been a good company, but yeah, no, I'm not getting paid that much for just my first year of trucking and whatnot. And it just, I didn't really like. I liked the trucks that they drove, but I just wasn't like big into them. Now the second company that I was looking at was a company called TMC. They're based out of Iowa. Good company from what it looks like. They are trying to be a mega carrier in a way. They are like the largest in flatbed, as kind of like that. I mean, they're not the largest flatbed company, but they're a flatbed only company, and they're kind of large in that scale. Same with Melton. But EMC paid percentage by load, and that is like the fairest price you can get, because instead of trying to take the longest route, you're actually trying to take the shortest route and trying to get there fast to get that load dropped off so you can get a paycheck. And you're turning more loads instead of, you know what, I'm gonna just take my time on this so that way I can get paid a little bit more. Yada yada yada. and they had some good benefits and everything. But like I said, they're a flatbed, and like I said, I was looking into them, and they were my top choice that I was looking at for a while. And then my father-in-law found this company that I'm working for, and they're called Keen Thummel Trucking Inc., based out of Iowa, the same as TMC. And they do step deck, which is a type of flatbed trailer, and dry van. And you know, they're a very, very small company. So
Whenever
for
you
a
quit
new
talking,
truck
I'll
driver
ask
out of school,
those two questions.
it's going to be hard for you to get into this company. You need experience for this company. They want experienced drivers, and that's what most small companies do. Luckily, I had 5 years of experience from the military, and I had my father-in-law to vouch for me. By far, the biggest things that I saw, especially when my father-in-law has been working for them for about 6-7 months now, right? And the biggest thing that I see is family oriented. Okay, family oriented is a big, big number in the trucking industry. If a company says they're family oriented and they're a mega carrier, they're fucking lying. You better fucking turn the other way. Like I said, we'll get into that more when I talk about we talk about companies. For now on, I'm talking about the company I'm working for now. They again do percentage by load. They are good at paying you. They pay you to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm getting at least the average of 60K for my first year of trucking. I'm not going to disclose my pay or whatnot, but I just know I'm getting a minimum of 60K. That's the minimum. I'm not, I'm saying that just so you know. But family oriented. When something comes up in the family, my father-in-law has been able to have the time off, or get the time off that he needs in order to take care of things that he needs to. He has that time to get all his stuff in line. He's actually out of work right now because of an incident he had, and he's hurting right now. So they actually have him off right now. Now, take it that he's not getting paid leave or whatnot, but they're allowing him without firing him, to take the time to get better and get back in the truck, because he's actually one of the most reliable drivers that they have. And I'm trying to get to that point, to be as reliable as him. Another thing too is their trucks are phenomenal. They use Peterbilt, and I'm a big Peterbilt fan, so I'm happy with the truck that I'm in. And we'll talk about my truck here in a little bit too, because there's some cool stuff about my truck that even though it's a 2018, it's still pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, and they pay you, right? They pay you. The bonuses are a big thing in this company, and as long as you're working hard and doing the right thing, they will pay you. And like I said, right now I'm at the bottom of the total pole with 25% of the load, but I can shoot up to like 32, 34%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's 32 actually. I can't remember. I have to check, but eventually when I work for the company for a long time, that's the percent that I can get. And I was going to do step deck, but my father-in-law talked to me into going to dry van. I've been a dry, and the thing is, and when I originally played ATS, I usually hauled a dry van. So I'm kind of doing what I already wanted to do, and I enjoy it. It's very easy. The only hard thing to do is backing up. But like I said, pay, benefits, family orientation, home time, biggest freaking thing ever. And and I think the number one thing that I will say that I do love about this company is honesty. You don't find that in many companies. Like I said, get that to that in a later point, but this company is a very honest company. So if I was a new up and coming driver, yes, I would work at another place for about 2 years and then look at trying to find a smaller company to work with because they will be the most straightforward with you and they will pay you to work because they need drivers. Um, and like I said, it's just that they're a really good company. I don't have a problem with them. They don't have a problem with me. I feel like I'm a pretty good driver for them and everything like that. Hell, I might even ask them tomorrow, like, in my first couple months of driving, what is your opinion of me? Like, well, and is there anything I could do to be better than what I was these last 2 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I'm probably going to ask them, tomorrow. They kind of like, understand where I'm at with the company, and they're kind of like, hey, like I've been working for about a couple months. I've kind of, made myself known a little bit. What is your opinion of me? What can I do to be better? I already know like what I can do to be better. Of course, but like, just asking like, what are some tips and tricks that you would give me to be even a better driver? Or if not, then like, how am I, and whatnot, and all that good stuff. Because I will tell them, I know I had a few instances, but like I said, those are what I will call learning experiences, and learn from the next time.
Logan has asked, when did you get out of the Army? And also, how much does a truck cost if you want to be an owner operator?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so first off, I got out of the Army November 18th on my birthday. You know, and I started my job on January 3rd of this year. So I've been out of the Army for about 4 months now. Been working for about 2. And now on to the cool question is, how much does a truck cost? And kind of give people a little bit of tips and tricks to how to be an owner operator. Like I said, I'm not an owner operator, so you want even more tips and tricks, finding your local owner operator, and I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to tell you. So a truck usually costs between 1,000, or no, not 1,000. Fuck, I'm retarded. 100,000 to 300,000, depending on type of truck, the model of truck, the bells and whistles and whatnot. I mean, some used trucks can be around 30 to 50 k. But again, too, that's depending on truck. Now, for example, if you're looking for a 1996 Peterbilt 379, haha, good luck finding one for about 30 to 50 k. Just being honest with you. Now, being an owner operator, it takes knowing the industry. So if you want to be an owner operator, I would definitely recommend you do be a company driver for at least a few years to kind of understand how the industry works and how it ticks. Because if you just go on the road and it's like, I got an app on my phone, I can find a load. Yeah, you can find a fucking load, but do you know how to actually operate the truck? Do you know where to go get maintenance if you need it? Do you know the routes you need to take and everything like that? Do you know who to call, who to talk to? As a company driver, you get to build up relationships with the shipper and receivers, and once you become an owner operator, then you have those relationships built up. You can contact them like, hey, I'm an owner operator now. I can haul some shit for you if you want. And if you build up that relationship with that shipper receiver, more than likely you'll probably have a load there for you. But no, trucks are very expensive. Like I said, the very base model trucks, you're looking at 100,000. But again, too, it depends on the type of truck that you're looking for. A fuck Freightliner, unless you're getting a fucking like 1970s like Freightliner. Is that it?
How much are you spending on gas nowadays? Like how much how much do you go until you actually have to stop and fill up, and then how much does it actually take?
Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so my truck has 240 gallons of fuel that I can hold, right? Now, with 240 gallons, if you do the simple math, average 6 times 240, which I'm not going to do the math, I can roughly go about 1,700 miles before I need to fill up, right? Usually I do 1,400 to be on the safe side, and fuel, cost really depending on where you stop at, what state and everything. But luckily for you, once I actually get out of this construction zone, I have a receipt in my pocket for when I filled up today, and I can tell you how much I actually spent today on fuel. Gotta get out of this construction zone first.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's see here. Okay, so fuel was $665. I spent $665, and I think I put in about 170 gallons. So fuel can get really expensive. Now, mind you, if you're an owner-operator, right? I'm gonna kind of do some averages for you, Bacon, and this is where most people will shit a brick. So let's just say you have an average of 3,000 miles you can go a week, right? And you fill up every 1,400 miles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you fill up twice a week almost, right? So, with that being said, now that you fill up twice a week, that let's just say I pay $600 for fuel every time I go to the pump, just an average. That's $1,200 a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now 12 times 4 is 48. So you spend $4,800 a month in fuel, right? I'm not gonna go into the year because, I'm not about to pull up my handy dandy calculator and fucking do this shit math. But let's just say $4,800 a month, and the average load you get paid at least, I think, $1,000, right? Let's just say the average load. You probably turn about 4 loads a week. So that's $4,000 a week that you can get as an owner operator. Now, mind you, you can get more money. Trust me, there's money in owner operator, right? I'm actually pretty much lowballing every fucking thing right now.
Mm-hmm. I want to pause you right fast. Talking about owning operator. Logan also asked, do you make more money as an owner operator? With that question going on.
Yes, and like I said, I'm lowballing this shit right now because I'm getting into owner operator pay compared to company driver pay, right? Now, yes, you do make more money in owner operator. You do, but that's only if you know what you're doing, right? And I will tell you how much you can actually make a week as an owner operator, and you'll shit a brick. But that's if you know what you're doing. Only if you know what you're doing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, you get 4,000 times that by 4, that's you get $12,000 a month, right? And and you minus, or you get about $8,000 a month plus your fuel cost, right?
Yeah.
Or minus your fuel cost, so you get $8,000 a month. That's pretty fucking good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, roughly as a company driver, I could be making around $6,000 a month. So that's not a big difference. But that's if you don't know what you're doing, right? Now, as an owner operator, if you know what you're doing, if you have all your cards in your hand and you're playing them fucking smart, you can make $10,000 a week. You can make $10,000 a week. You can make your money. You can make almost $150K a year minimum as an owner operator. But, and here's the but, right? As a company driver, I can make at least $100,000 a year. Yeah. The further I go into this job. But here's the big difference between me and them. I don't have to pay maintenance costs. I don't have to pay fuel costs. That $100,000 that I get a year, if I go up the chain, that's money in my pocket, not money going towards the truck. So that's kind of like area you need to look at is, you gotta, service your truck every like 20,000 miles. That can cost fucking shit ton of money. Fuel is going to cost a shit ton of money. So in terms, at the end of the day, an owner operator will probably be making the same as a company driver. If your truck don't fucking break.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. How does the driving log work?
Ooh, okay. Good question. So right now I have my company is on an 8-day work schedule, which means I can drive 70 hours within a week or whatnot, right? Now this is where we're going to get a little
Oh, we've got into a robot. And I think we might have lost him. Yeah. You're just sounding like a robot and like not even coming through anything right now. Still nothing.
Hello?
Yellow.
Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I was getting a call.
Oh.
I gotta call him back here in a second. But so anyway, on my e-log, so I got 70 hours to work in a 8-day time period, right? So you haven't, yeah. I'm not gonna get into much detail about it because it's very complicated, very precise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of go into the like the basics. So, I have 11 hours to drive in a day. I have a 14-hour work day. So, the thing is, the 14 hours can cut into your drive time, so you have to be careful. Most of the time, you what is it? You try to plan around it and everything. That 14 hours is basically, for you unloading and loading and kind of stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But no, like I said, you have, you know, um, 11 hours to drive in a day and whatnot. But now, once you get past your 8th day, whatever hours you drove on the first day, let's just say Monday, and then you're on Tuesday, the next day you gain whatever you drove the last money, and that day gets knocked off. So you can gain hours like that. Or if you're running out of hours and you need to gain hours again and get your 70 back, you take a 34-hour reset. And once your 34 hours is up, you get 70 hours to drive again. Now, again, too, in order for me to get drive time back, I have to take a 10-hour break. Once my 10-hour break is up, my work hours reset and my available drive time resets.
Do you sleep in the truck any?
Of course, I have a sleeper on the back, so I sleep in the truck just about every night. The only time I don't sleep in the truck is when I'm home for a 10-hour or I'm home for a 34-hour. Most of the time I sleep in my truck. Like I'm going to tonight.
And how comfortable is the beds?
It's not bad. It's a full, I think I have a full XL. I have a pretty long bed. I could fit me and my wife on it. And sleep pretty comfortably, even though she probably wouldn't be comfortable because she hates snuggling. But if that was the case, not only that, but I have temperature control, not only that, but also I can turn the truck off and I have a bunk heater which runs off the fuel, and I can easily stay warm. I also have a TV. I have my Xbox. I can play games and everything, or watch TV and all that good stuff.
Now I know also some truckers has to buy like a Wi-Fi adapter for their trucks and stuff to play their Xbox and stuff. Have you done that yet, or are you using your phone hotspot?
I'm using my phone hotspot. It seems to work pretty well. Most Wi-Fi adapters usually are used by owner-operators, mind you, because they have more ability to do it. But again, too, that Wi-Fi is very shoddy compared to your phone.
So you're saying the phone will be a lot better to do?
Yeah. In terms, yeah.
And do you say you don't leave the truck running on at night, do you?
Depends on how cold it is.
Okay.
If, for tonight, it's 50 degrees in Texas, I'm probably going to cut off my truck after before I go to bed.
And how many hours do you actually sleep? Do you sleep 8 hours, or you sleep 7 hours, or how many hours do you sleep? Because don't you have a time limit to get to your destination?
Yeah, but so here's the thing. Once you drive the hours that you need to drive for the day, right? Then you have to take a 10-hour break, right? So usually what I do is on my 10-hour break, first hour I eat, do whatever I need to do, watch some TV, and then when it's about time to go to bed, which usually when I have about 8 hours left that's when I go to sleep. Sometimes I have more time, sometimes I have less time. It just really depends on how close I am to my destination, when they open, all that good stuff. For example, for today, I'm probably gonna be stopping around 8 o'clock my time, right? And with that being said, the place doesn't open till 8 o'clock, so I'll probably wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. That means I can go to bed at 11 or something. I'm still having the right amount of sleep before I go to bed.
Okay. Logan asked a kind of a straight up question. He says, "Is there a reason that when trucks? Oh, hang on, let me get away from this trucker. Truck drivers are at the truck stop. It seems like the truck is always idling."
Yeah, there could be two reasons. Either it's very cold out, or they want the truck running, or it's either cold or hot out, right? They need the truck running to keep it cool or hot. or they just went to use the bathroom, or they're on their 30-minute break or whatnot. Oh, here's another thing, 30-minute break. So right now for my company, I can only drive 8 hours straight before I have to take a 30-minute break. And then once I take my 30-minute break, that gives me the rest of my time that I have back. So I drive 11 hours in a day, but I can only drive 8 hours straight before I have to take a 30-minute break. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're either on their 30-minute, on their 10-hour, or hell, even on their 34-hour. Sometimes they have their truck running because of a microwave or something. Like I said, it really all depends. There's a lot of that's an open question because there's a lot of correct answers for that. I can't really like give you a straight up answer. It just for me as a trucker, I usually leave mine running at a rest stop. If I'm just doing my 30-minute or the weather.
Do they burn a lot of fuel when they idle overnight?
It just depends. So for example, like if I was to high idle it at about 1,000 RPMs, I'm probably burning around 1.2 gallons of fuel an hour. If I'm low idling, I think it's like was it 0.7 or something like that an hour. You burn an average of, I think it's 4 or 5 gallons a night, or for the 10 hours, something like that. That's like the kind of the average.
What do you do for food on the road?
Well, it depends on where I stop at for the night, or what I'm in the mood for. So I have these meals that I have. That's just my, main consumption. If I'm at a rest stop, I'll have a meal. If I'm at a truck stop and I don't want to go get food or pay for food, I'll have a meal. But other than that, sometimes I could go to a restaurant across the street if it's close enough. For example, when I stopped in Kentucky for a night, they had a Waffle House across the street. Went across the street and had a Waffle House. Or sometimes, they have restaurants, in the truck stop as well. Like, for example, today I stopped at a Love's and I had this place called Chester's Chicken. It was okay. I wouldn't, not bad by no means. But kind of what I do for food on the road, it just really depends on the situation.
What about showers?
Again, depends on the situation. If I'm at a rest stop and I need to kind of clean myself off, you do a baby wipe bath. Logan kind of knows about that if he's been to the field at all. Or I stop at a truck stop. Either I can get a free shower if I pay an amount of for fuel. For example, at Love's right now, I actually have a free shower at Love's because I just got fuel at the Love's. So if I was to stop at a Love's, I could get a free shower. But most truck stops have showers. Most notable truck stops have showers. And they can range anywhere from $10 to $20.
For a shower?
Yeah, for a shower. Trust me, if you desperately need one, you'll pay for one.
How many nights have you went without a shower so far?
Probably a max of 3. I think maybe 4, because there's just no opportunity for me to. But most time the average is 3. I try to go at least 2 nights without a shower.
Logan asks, have you brought your wife on the road yet?
No, not yet. I plan on doing it sometime soon. Right now I'm still on well, it's kind of a probation for the company. I have to wait 90 days or until the spring in order to have somebody ride with me. You have to send me a paper and I have to sign it and whatnot, send a copy up to them and keep a copy in the truck. No, eventually. Eventually.
What's the most weird and exciting thing have you seen on the road so far?
Okay, I don't want to get into the most weird thing, but the most exciting thing, I going into Omaha, Nebraska from Iowa on the I-80. Well, actually, I have two things about the I-80. Well, going into Omaha, Nebraska from the I-80, there's a Union Pacific kind of like statue thing. I guess you could call it a statue, but it has two locomotives there. It has their most recent locomotive and the big boy, and it's the coolest fucking thing ever. I think, because I'm a train. I love trains, and actually seeing a big boy in person, even though it's not up close, was pretty exciting. Next thing I hope to see is the big boy actually running right next to me, but I'm nowhere near that right now. The second coolest thing is the Iowa 80 truck stop, which is off the I-80. It's the world's largest truck stop. It has like over 900 parking spaces. It's got a restaurant, it's got showers, it's got movies, it's got a dentist, it's got a chiropractor, it's got restaurants, got a big ass chrome shop, got a gift shop, got all kinds of fucking things in it. It's a cool place to visit. If you ever get a chance to go through Iowa on the I-80 and you get past the Iowa truck stop, I recommend you go in there to at least visit once. It's definitely an experience you would never forget. Other cool stuff I've seen, and this is kind of locally, is I got to see like some like old World War II like monuments and like tanks and planes and shit like that on the side of the road and some little towns. It's pretty cool to see. Yeah, that's about like all the cool shit that I've kind of seen so far on the road. But I will not tell you I will tell you off stream my weirdest experience. But I will not tell it on stream because it's just I do not feel comfortable saying that experience because fucking horrendous. Context. I'll give a little bit of context. I met what I thought was a cool person, but then he texted me some shit afterwards, and I was like, okay, this guy ain't cool. He's fucking weird. That's as far as I want to go.
Oh, Jesus. Is it common for wives to ride in the truck?
It's pretty common. I've seen a lot of couple drivers. Hell, in my company, there's a couple team drivers actually that are couples, and they both have their CDLs. But yeah, it's common for wives to actually drive or ride in the truck most of the time. I mean, if you want to spend time with your significant other, or spend a little bit more time with your significant other, you're going to have to ride with them at least once in your life or something like that.
And will that be like the exact same thing like with your children and stuff?
Yeah, about the same thing too.
Let's see.
So
here.
actually, you know what? Unless you got another question, I like to actually go and talk about my truck now.
Okay, yeah, let's go and do that.
All right, yeah. So of course, my company is the all Peterbilt fleet, right? But as a dry van guy, well, if I would have went step deck, there's 3 models that I could get, right? That would have been the 389, which is the classic standard long nose Pete, the 579, and the 567, right? In ATS, you only have access to the 579 and the 389. Unless you mod it, then you can get access to the 567. But I, as a dry banner, I have access to the 579 and the 567. Right now, I'm driving in a 579. It's a 2018 Peterbilt. It's got the classic gauge cluster for it. I got Bluetooth radio, all that good stuff. But the cool thing about my truck is, and some trucks actually don't have this, is I have a automatic fifth wheel release in the truck, right? So for kind of example, when I need to drop the trailer, I just pull both my tractor protection valves, go outside, lower the landing legs, take off the air couplings and the pigtail, come back into my truck, hold the fifth wheel button, pull up, hit my airbags, and then pull out.
Didn't see that.
Instead of having to do an extra step outside and pull the actual manual fifth wheel release. Because sometimes it can stick and it can be a real bitch to get unlocked. But still, I could do it manually if I wanted to. But just a nice feature to have is the automatic diff lock. My truck is automatic, not a standard. I'm hoping to get standard later on because I love standard. It's a lot easier to back up than the automatic. The automatic rocks back and forth a lot and likes to go into neutral when backing up. I have 544,263 miles on my truck right now. So yeah, this baby has seen some miles. I got a standard, I got a classic Cobra CB in my truck. I got the it's the low roof King sleeper. So my sleeper's pretty fucking big. It's pretty wide too. And it's all in all a nice truck. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the 579. I'll get to that here in a second. And the reason why. But other than that, I mean, it's a very solid truck. Now the 567 is one of the trucks that I really, really want to drive, and I will have a chance to drive one actually here soon. And I actually drove one, right? I've actually drove a 567 and 579, and like I said, I like the 567 a lot better. The main difference between the 567 and the 579 is actually the hood and the lights. With the 579, the hood is a lot more sloped down, and it has the lights embedded into the fenders. And the thing is, all Peterbilts have a hood ornament on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the 567, the hood is a little more long-nosed, and you can see the hood ornament. Usually with a Peterbilt, you can put that hood ornament on the white line on the right side of the road, and you're in the line. With mine, like I said, I can't see it, so it's it's like fuck, the way she goes. But like I said, they're both really good trucks. Like I said, the only difference between the two is literally the hood. Other than that, they're the same engine, same whips, all that good stuff. It's just a difference in the hood. They actually have the same cab. But my father-in-law's 567 a bit different switch setup than my 579. That's kind of like just based on that as well. But yeah, like I said, the 567 is the best way to describe it is like if the 579 and 389 fucked and had a kid. That's what you get with a 567. Oh, and well, I guess I could talk about the trailer too while I'm at it. So we run Great Dane trailers. They're pretty good trailers. I have a 53-foot dry van trailer. Some of the stuff I haul wide Kawasaki parts, lawnmowers, and all-tech stuff, all that good stuff. The heaviest I've been was when I hauled pet food, and that's when I told you, I was like 81,000 pounds, so I had to go to the receiver and get it unloaded a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty good equipment. Oh yeah, these trucks are outfitted with bull bars. more questions or?
I'm trying to think here. There was a good question I was thinking, but I kind of lost it there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Damn. Trying to think. Give me a second. It'll pop back up to me. Give me a second. Okay. Within the month's time, how many states have you visited?
Alrighty, so in my 2 months of working, I've went through Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. By the way, I fucking hate New Jersey. Oh, that's another question I can ask later on. Is what my most hated states are. I went through Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama.
Sounds like a damn trade horn.
Thank you. Texas, Oklahoma. I think that's about it right now. I can't think of any more. Yeah, I think that. Go ahead.
I was about to say, what has been one of your favorite states you have driven through so far?
I say Iowa, Tennessee, and Missouri. I'll say those are my, and Kansas are my most favorite states to really drive through, I guess. Well, actually, you know what? I take Tennessee back. I remember about Nashville. I take Tennessee back.
Was Nashville a bad place to drive through?
Fuck Nashville, man. Fuck Nashville is a fucking passion.
Man, that's where all the rednecks are, though.
No, that's where all the fucking traffic is. Hey, if you want to stand still for fucking 2 hours, that's where you fucking go. Fucking hate Nashville. I think Nashville is my most hated city. Just because of the fucking traffic. Believe it or not, my second hated city.
How's it going, Diablo?
Atlanta.
Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Surprise, huh?
What's
Atlanta
that?
Falcon fan, you know, and I hate Atlanta. I hate driving through Atlanta. Let's just clear that. I hate driving through Atlanta. Fucking everybody's thinking it's fucking the Indy 500 over there, and you're fucking bobbing and weaving. Bro, you're going 40 miles an hour, and you're still having to hit the brakes hard and trying not to hit somebody because their dumbass doesn't know. Oh, somebody can stop about the same time I can. Almost killed somebody in fucking Atlanta because they're dumbass. And I was only going 40 miles an hour. Bro, you can go through Atlanta, but and get through Atlanta decently, but you're going slow. You have to go slow. You can't go fast. You have to go slow. You have to go like 20 under the speed limit just to make it through Atlanta. That's just Atlanta for you. Yeah. Second is
All right,
okay.
brother.
Now we're getting on to
Hope you have
most
a good
hated
night
state.
at duty.
And that's
Sleep
Illinois.
well. Have a good night.
And the reason why it's my most hated
And have a
state,
real truck
I
driver
said I
to
have
answer
hated
questions.
cities, but it's my most
We'll
hated
probably try to
state
do this
because
more often,
every
though, for sure.
fucking place I've been to has a tunnel dock. I fucking hate tunnel
Alright, man.
docks.
Much appreciated. Have a good night.
I
Love
have
you.
so much anxiety when I get to a tunnel dock. It's not even fucking funny.
I can
That's
imagine.
that's where I had my first accident, so to speak. And it was all because of fucking tunnel dock. Fucking hate tunnel docks. But yeah. And in Indiana is because it's just in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're delivering to places in the middle of fucking nowhere. And you're like, hey, can I be over here? I feel like I can't be over here. And you're like going through a little town, going through Main Street. You're like, am I allowed here? I feel like I'm not allowed here. But you're allowed there somehow. It's like, how the fuck do I get here? How did I get here? Weird. I don't know. Indiana is like one of them states where I'm like, eh. And that's why I met that one weird guy, and I was like, yeah, no, fuck Indiana, man. Fuck Indiana. Indiana and Illinois are my two most hated states, top down. Actually, no, fuck that. New Jersey. New Jersey is like number 2. Indiana is number 3. Illinois is number 1 because of tunnel docks. Reason why I hate New Jersey? Fucking. There's only like 2 roads a truck can actually be on.
In New Jersey?
In New Jersey.
And those are basically interstates, right?
Yeah. And you barely can get on that. You barely get on highways. Fucking ridiculous over there. Fucking hate New Jersey. Man, Pennsylvania is my like 4th hated state, but it's not like as bad as I thought it would be. It's just it's very it's a very ghetto state. Very ghetto state. That's the only reason why I'm not a big fan of it. It's a very, very ghetto state. Now my most favorite state, it's probably Iowa. Weird, because I mean, I don't know. I feel like Iowa's a pretty fast state to get through. And, you know, there's not a lot of traffic there. Well, and, no, yeah, it's not as bad. Kentucky's okay. Virginia gave me a heart attack. West Virginia has construction for like every single fucking pivot point. Same with Illinois.
Is it Pothole City?
No, Tennessee's pothole city. Fuck. You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'm throwing Tennessee under the bus. Tennessee, fix your fucking roads. Fucking hell. Like, you go to Tennessee, I swear to God, your chair becomes a fucking back massager. But then it fucking hurts your ass at the end of it. Like, have you ever sat in a massage chair for like more than 30 minutes and you get up and you're like, why am I hurting all of a sudden? I thought I was getting a massage. Yeah, no, it's because you did it too long.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck Tennessee. Reason why Virginia gave me a heart attack was because of Virginia Beach is a tunnel that goes under the ocean. And it's 13 feet, 6 inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess how tall I am in this truck?
I'm gonna say, like, 12 feet.
No. I am 13 feet, 6 inches. I'm the same height as that fucking tunnel. But I have to go through that tunnel. So I'm sitting there, I look at my mirror, put my mirror up to the tip of my trailer, and I look as I go down. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, don't hit him up, 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 don't hit him up. I swear to God, I got like maybe like an inch fucking killing myself. That shit scares the shit out of you. But other than that, Virginia's a nice state though. That's like the only part about Virginia that I kind of like, But other than that, Virginia's not a bad state. I will give them that. I don't know why my father-in-law hates that state, but it's not a bad state, you know. I've yet to. So I mean, of course, you know, I'm from North Carolina and I'm biased. I love North Carolina, but I'm waiting to drive the truck through North Carolina before I actually rate North Carolina on this list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because of all the mountains and stuff, you gotta go up and shift all the time, right? Well, you're in automatic.
Yeah, I'm in automatic. Oh no, Tennessee's worse. Trust me, Tennessee's way fucking worse. I've went down 60% grades. Shit's scary as fuck. Going 45 with your engine brake fucking maxed out. You're like, ah, yeah, yeah. Um, Texas is okay. I like Texas, except the fucking cities, which I'm going through Dallas here soon. So yeah. Cities are kind of meh, and other than that though, I mean, Texas is a pretty cool state. I'll give it that. Um, except Laredo, Texas. It's the busiest fucking place ever, and that's probably where they're going to have me go down to Laredo, Texas. I'm hoping Temple, Texas, so I can pick up some shit for who knows? I might can get a load to Creedmoor, North Carolina, and that'd be fucking amazing. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Um, but yeah, yeah. Those are kind of like, you know, how I rank my states. Oklahoma is okay. Um, Missouri's just so fucking long. And mind you, I've been through Montana, you know, on my way to Kansas from when I exited out the army. And mind you, Montana is a long ass state to drive through. I think it's about like 16 hours from, you know, start to beginning or start to end. And Missouri is like 300 miles. That's 5 hours, mind you, right? It's a 5 hour drive to get from one end of Missouri to the other. And it's just one long stretch of road. And you're just like, fucking kill me now, please. Yeah.
What kind of? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what has been the craziest weather you have been through so far?
Ooh, it'd probably be the weather that I was in Chicago. Because even though the roads are clear, and snow was coming down, that was the time that I had my little incident. And I couldn't see shit. And like I said, it was pretty bad. But like I said, daylight helped. But it was just snow just coming straight down for a long time. And I was just already shaken up from the door. I just couldn't wait to get out of Illinois at that point, or Chicago at the least. Then the other craziest weather was when I was at home and I was getting ready to leave home to go to get a load and whatnot. But what had happened was winter storm came in. The roads were literally ice and no visibility, and I actually got the truck stuck, and I ended up having to get a tow truck to pull me out. And mind you, I wasn't even stuck in a ditch. I was stuck on the off ramp to get on the highway or the interstate. And then when I finally got onto the interstate and looked how wide it was, and I was like, yeah, it's as wide as the highway. Fuck no, I'm going home. And you know, I made the right call on that one. It was to go home. But that was the huh?
Do you take a penalty if you turn around and go back, or what?
No, I don't really take a penalty. It's more of like, hey, it's a safety call. We'll get back to it when the weather's better, kind of thing. And like I said, my boss wasn't like angry or anything. I think he was just more upset that, you know, I should have made that call when I was in my truck. In my honest opinion, like, I should have called another truck driver like I did when I got stuck, and talked to them, and then called my boss like, hey, I talked to some truck drivers. I see the road conditions. I'm not gonna be able to get out of here. Um, but also I made a pretty bad call too of trying to get home for my 10-hour break because I wanted to see my wife. Um, Sometimes it's better to make a call where just kind of, you know, get going around the storm instead of putting yourself into the storm kind of thing. It was just a mistake that I made, and you learn from your mistakes and whatnot. But no, those are the two craziest weathers I've been in so far. By the way, how many people are actually watching this?
I mean, it's been going up and down. I think I haven't been actually been keeping watch. I just been keeping an eye on chat and stuff, but I think the max we have had was probably like 5.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But like I said, I haven't been keeping watch. I think I saw that one at least once 5.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's like a roller coaster just go over now.
Yeah.
I mean, my live chat or my top chat, how many people are actually viewing, doesn't actually is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And like right now it says it's 1 view. That doesn't mean it's just one. It might be like 4. So I don't really try to keep an eye on that. I just rather keep an eye on chat and talk to people, and ask their questions and stuff.
So, what is one of the questions that you have that kind of correlates that you have about the video game that would be about real life? Like, what would be kind of your question about that? Because I'm pretty sure there's a couple questions that could be lurking there.
To be honest, I do not know any of a good question on that.
Okay. Well, I kind of got like a little. It's not really a question, but like a little tidbit.
Idea.
Yeah. Well, not an idea, but it's a tidbit. Kind of like just me putting my 2 cents in. Oh wow! Look, it's a Hooters. Who? It's a who? The lights are off on the Hooters, and one of the lights just say who, the other one just says Hooters. We go eat at Hooters. Little funny thing. There's I'll get to the funniest shit I've seen on the road here in a second. But no, so if you actually have a shifter and a shifter adapter, right? Believe it or not, that actually translates well to real life. Because I actually shocked the guy who did my driver test for the company. Because I gotta do a little test drive for the company and everything to make sure I'm good. And like when I told him like, yeah, all I did was shifted on my video game and my school, and he's like, man, dude, you shift better than these other guys. And then when I told him that, he's like, oh my god, that's fucking wild. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, don't estimate video games. Let me put it that way. Video games can teach you a lot.
Yeah, they can. They really can. Look, it's a fucking Buc-ee's. That shit's motherfucking big. It's a big ass fucking place. Anyway, fucking hell, man. I had something. Oh yeah, the funniest thing I've seen on the road. It's actually in Missouri and Kansas. There's a billboard called Jungle Law, and it's this dude, and he's like has certain animals in his billboards doing certain stuff and everything, and it's fucking hilarious because this dude's got long hair and everything, and he's a lawyer, and it's like fucking hell. Like I can just imagine the fucking courtroom Yeah, dude, my fucking client is like totally innocent, my dude. Yeah,
Hmm.
innocent. Oh my god, like there's just some stuff that like I would say, but I don't think it's okay for the stream. Like I made my wife laugh her ass off because I was making fun of those billboards. Because there's one where he's riding a fucking crocodile, and like fucking sexually harassed at work. Just ask the crocodile. Hashtag me too. Anyway, I don't want to get too dark now, but no, that's like one of the funniest things I've seen on the road. Is that um if you're running out of questions, I guess this would be a good time to go into, the reason why, or about more in depth on the company side of things. If you want to kind of finish this out with that or whatnot, or if you have any more questions, shoot them. But I think it's about that time to really get that opinion out there.
Yeah, go ahead and hit it.
All right, man. So companies, right? When you're choosing a company, you want to find the one that's the most honest, right? And it's like the army almost, or recruiters in the army. They will fucking sit there and lie to you, right? About your home time, your paycheck, and all this good stuff, right? Companies I'm here to shit on today. Prime, Swift, CRE England, fucking Knight, um, Warner. Oh, okay, I can't shit on Warner too much, because their drivers are actually respectable. They actually have respectable drivers. But Prime is like a prime example. They're the ones that really try to get you to do that lease operator bullshit, right? And mind you, right, it's fucking horrible, right? And then they have an agreement that you can't take them to court to try to get you out of the lease agreement, right? Like, and it's just there's a lot of horror stories, like one where this one guy like saw a family trying to cook fucking TV dinners off the engine because they were lease operators, and he had no money to feed his family, or even have a house in the beginning. So yeah, and not only that, but Prime fucks with your pay, fucks with your time, and they're a mega carrier. They mega carriers care about one thing and one thing only, and that's money. And you're just a fucking number to them. Swift, they don't train their fucking drivers for fucking shit, mind you.
Yep.
And we all know that. Like, you don't even have to be a trucker to know Swift just does not train their fucking people. Prime and CR in England trainers are fucking retarded. I was going off an off ramp behind a Prime truck before, and mind you, I'm getting trained at the same time this fucker's getting trained, right? And their off ramp was like 25 miles an hour. This dude's going 10 miles an hour down the off ramp. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You can go a little bit fucking faster, you know that fucktard? And then he tried backing into the spot, right, into this truck stop, and took fucking I was doing my 30-minute, bro. By the time I was done with my 30-minute, he finally was backed in. It took him 30 minutes to back into that spot. Like fucking hell. I'm sitting here, I'm training, and I'm fucking doing, better than these motherfuckers are. And then the fucking Sarah England guy would go to Love's, right? Dude, fucking shit, dude. Fucking tried to miss the fucking turn. And then the trainer fucking was a dumb fuck and tried to use the fucking squidgies, which is meant for your fucking windshield, and he was washing the fucking truck with it. My fucking father-in-law was laughing his ass off. I was like, that they have truck washers for that. And I'm sitting there, it's like, fucking hell. Goddamn, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, like I said, some of these, and the thing is, these people train these people for like weeks, like 5 weeks, and then their training pay is like $600 to $700 before taxes, mind you. And so that means you're getting like maybe $300 a week for train pay, and it just they don't fucking do shit with you, right? Um, and then even when you get in a truck, the dispatcher just they send you on the most fucking stupidest shit because other they're trying to get their whole other drivers, up so that way they can get a bonus. It's stupid fucking shit like that that's just fucking retarded. Um, CRE England or CR England is just fucking stupid, mind you. Night is based off of Swift, so I don't need to explain fucking night transportation to you. Um, Warner, Warner are just a bunch of fucking crooks. That's just it. Warner is just a bunch of fucking crooks. Um, their drivers are actually respectable. I'm not like going to shit on their drivers because like I had a Warner like I helped a Warner driver before, and then when I had to back up and I was having problems, he literally came and helped back me into a spot. And that was the most notable thing. I was like, you know what, I can't shit on Warner no more. Um, but they are fucking crooks. They will fucking most of the time they have routes for you, and those routes are fucking horrible. They're just trash. They're just god tier fucking awful. Um, like most mega carriers, like I said, you're a fucking number. They care about money. They don't care about you. They just care about the load getting to the destination and the miles you turn. That's it. That's all they actually give a fuck about. And it's despicable. It's degrading. It's the most disgusting thing you actually see on the road. And the thing is, like, as a new driver, you have really no choice but to go to a mega carrier. And it's the most sad thing because it's like, there's all these other good companies out here that's willing to treat you better, but like, Stevens Transport, that's right, that I forgot to throw them under the bus too. They have a turnover rate of 99%, so they can't keep fucking drivers for shit. There's a fucking reason behind it. They treat their drivers like shit. And like I said, that's just most mega carriers in general. And you usually stay with a mega carrier for a year or two. They get the experience and they get the fuck out of there. They find a better trucking job. And the thing is, like, a lot of these people also will try to, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. Most time when you get into a small company or mid-sized company, stay the fuck there because most time when a truck driver is telling you the grass is greener on the other side, it's really fucking not. Um, like for me, for example, right now I'm with this company. My father-in-law's been truck driving for years, and he's back into it, and he's come to this company. He's literally just said this is the best company he's ever drove for. So I'm sitting here like, you know what? Yeah, if I get the grass is greener on the other side speech, I want them to go fuck themselves. This company is like legitimately the bee's knees of truck driving, and like I said, if I had to recommend a company more than anything, if you're a really good fucking driver and you can outdo yourself, come over here. You'll literally love every minute. I mean, like I said, there's a few disgruntled employees, and I will say that, but at the end of the day, they are very honest. They're family oriented. They get you home on time. That's the meat and potatoes of everything. Um, you know, for a new CDL driver, the, the thing is, and I know that, but local is a big thing now that everybody wants to do. Get your get your toes wet in OTR first before you go local. It's a lot more on it gets you a little bit more experience, and not only that, but like OTR is based off of seniority, and it's one of those things where you want to know your experience so you can get through that seniority pretty fucking quick, or else you're just gonna you're you're just gonna just dwindle at the bottom of the totem pole for local. I can't really say what good local jobs there are, because they're, again, every state is different with local. But you do get paid hourly. That's the only difference. You do get paid hourly. Um,
But you won't get
but
paid as much.
no, you don't get paid as much. If you want money, OTR. Like if you're in it for the money, OTR. That's what you want. Um, that's like the biggest thing I can say is for you. Um, Another thing too is that's most notable. You know, just get out there and get the experience. I mean, sometimes you might have to bite the bullet, but here's the biggest thing too. If you're looking to get your CDL, you might as well just go ahead and pay through a school instead of going through and getting it through the actual job, because you'll have to sign a contract, and once you sign that contract, you have to complete the school, and you have to at least work a year with that company before you can go find somebody else. That's just the way she rolls. And yeah, just don't. Just don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, what I can say about companies and everything. And, tips is just, go out, actually pay money. Because the thing is, take a loan out and go to a good CDL school. Because the thing is, you'll pay that loan back in a year. I guarantee it. The CDL pays for itself. And I mean, and if you can't do that, there's other ways to go about it, but just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you dare go to a company and get your CDL from them. Make sure you know what you're signing and getting yourself into, because sometimes those carriers can be very crooked and will get you to sign something that you don't want to sign, and now guess what? You're fucked. Yeah, that's basically my little take on companies and everything like that. Like I said, what you want to shoot for is small companies, but that's a bigger goal. Owner operator is pretty good too, but again, too, you gotta have your own truck and all that good stuff, and it's a lot of work. So it's all based on what you want to do. And like for me, I'm gonna work for this company for 5 years, and then I'm gonna stay in this field of work. I love this field of work, but I'm I'm looking at my options. After 5 years, I'm looking at my options. That's just kind of how I'm rolling, right now. But yeah, that's kind of my take on all that good stuff. And hopefully, if there is a one of your viewers that do want to come into this industry, hopefully they or just anybody want to come in this industry and listens to me, hopefully the biggest takeaway that they can take is you're going to get what you put in. And if you want to be treated fairly, Twin Peaks, you want to do your research. Research. That's like the biggest thing you can do is research. And that's what I did. And luckily I got lucky and got this company. Do you have any questions about like companies or whatnot that or Anything?
No, but I do have one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you faced any people that that has cut off any truckers or anything yet? Like, has
I
anyone
mean,
cut
yeah.
you off and stuff?
I mean, technically, yes. I mean, I had this fucking one fucker in Atlanta fucking pull right in front of me to get off to his exit ramp. I was going 40 miles an hour, and I fucking had to come to a dead stop, or else I would have kicked his fucking ass. And yeah, there's people that cut you off. Been a lot of instances where cars just pull right in front of you with an inch left. And if you're a vehicle, if you're a car, please do me one thing, especially if you're a driver. Please go up another like 10 feet and merge. Then don't just merge thinking that it's okay. Because the thing is, if there's a car that is in front of you that braked really fucking hard, you're toast. You're out. You're out of the ball game because I gotta come to a stop, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna use you to come to a stop because there ain't no helping it. So if there's one thing a four-wheeler can do to benefit truckers, don't pull in front of us right as you pass us. Get up a little bit more and then do it. You know?
At least put your blinker light on, and then if you think, see, to me, I always do. I always put my blinker on, and I wait and see if he will, motion me over because usually they'll flash their lights, right?
Exactly. Dude, you can do that too. Like we will flash you if you want to come over and we think you're a good distance, we will flash you. Even if you're a four-wheeler, I've done it a couple times. Most of the time I don't need to do it, but if you're still stuck in that lane and you want to come over and you just haven't merged yet and you have your blinker on for a hot minute, well, I'll flash you. I'll flash you.
Now what if someone does have the blinker on, but doesn't get over at all? Then what's your deal on that?
And once I flash him and he doesn't want to get over that, I just think he just got his blinker on for no fucking reason.
And then once you speed up and everything, when you get close to him, then he gets over. Like what's
He becomes one with the bugs on my bumper. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, fuck. I mean,
have you actually like honked at anyone, and then flick them off or what or?
no, I don't flick people off. I don't honk at people. I haven't really. Only one time I honked at somebody is when he actually did the fucking arm motion, and I was actually pretty happy about that. Yeah, no, I haven't really been able to really honk at anybody. And I guess the main reason for that is just because, I mean, it's not worth it, having road rage,
Yeah, you just want to just get there safely and hope to get everyone else there safely,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I try to be as, safe as possible, and that's like the biggest motion, you know. Like right now I'm going through Dallas right now, and I'm only 15 miles from my destination, and I'm taking it my time. I'm not like in too big of a hurry, because I've already planned out. I'd stop at like 8:30. I'll be stopping a little bit earlier than that, which is good. But you know, I'm just taking my time. I'll get there. I'll pull in. Find, hopefully park. The area that I'm gonna take up some parking spaces because fuck it, that's why. Because the place I'm gonna be at is, I mean, Dallas has no truck stops. Go ahead and be honest with you. Most cities have truck stops, but like I'm North Dallas, and North Dallas ain't got shit. So I'm just gonna be stopping there for the night, and then yeah, see where the road takes me from the morning.
Yeah, because you're about pretty much done for the road, right? For the day, for your hours.
I still got like 2 hours left to drive. I got 14 miles. This is about like roughly 14 minutes, depending on how fast you go. Mind you, if you go 60 miles an hour, that's 60 second or a minute a mile. Believe it or not, the mile a minute. So, kind of let you know about that. Like I said, I try when I go through cities, I try to take my time. Usually, I'm off the phone, but you know, I'm a little bit confident, but you know, I'm keeping my eye on the road, um, kind of paying attention to what's going on around me, and you know, that's just how it is. Once you're in a city, you need to, you know, put a lot of focus into your areas and whatnot, because you never know what's going to happen. Traffic can stop at a moment's notice, and you need to be prepared for that. Um, yeah.
Now, when you do take a nap, you know, or sleep for the night, do you like? What do you do to like actually like wake up and be ready for your next long drive? Do you like get
I'm
out of the
all
truck, or do you just actually just go and just get up and go into the truck and just start driving, or
uh, I mean, I guess it really depends, maybe. I mean, usually I just have an alarm set, wake up, and then fucking, you know, let's get the fucking bread cooking. And, you know, I mean, yeah, I get out and I inspect my vehicle, of course, you know.
yeah, that'll be the thing to do, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but, after that, then, you know, you know, okay. That's weird. Wants me to go this way. Okay. But I mean, it really depends on, you know, how cold it is in the morning and everything like that too. Like there's a lot of different factors, you know what I mean? Oh my
Yeah.
God, Dallas is pretty. Oh my God, that's pretty over there. All these lights, so pretty.
Now
So
I could
pretty.
say that they are getting ready. I don't know how much longer they will, but they still are working on the DLC for ATS with Texas. So
Yeah, I heard Texas is supposed to be released here soon. Um, I'm just hoping they add the 567 Peterbilt truck. That's what I'm hoping for. You know? Um, you know, yeah, Texas and Montana's coming up next, and then you know that's gonna be kind of cool. I wish I still was able to get in the ATS because my job is just so much like American Truck Simulator. It's just kind of like you know, like eh. Hard to kind of get into something that you already are, you know, into. You know, I mean, I might one day because I'm still trying to figure out how to get my setup put into the truck. But once I figure it out, then I'll probably play on it every now and then. You know, I'm still trying to work on that as well. But I mean, other than that, I mean, you know, I play video games like everybody else. You know, if I got like more than 10 hours, I will definitely play video games. But if I got less than 10 hours, I'm just going to watch TV because it's, I'm going to eat, go to bed kind of ordeal. That's just kind of my theory on everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, tonight I will definitely, hop on and play some video games for a little bit and then watch some TV and then go to bed, Because, I'm playing Dying Light right now and I'm almost done with the game. But there's some stuff I'm still going to be doing and whatnot. I didn't know how close I was to the end, and now I'm like, man, I wish I could have kind of experienced it a little bit more, because there's a lot of more content locked behind, doing other like just random shit, and I've been more focused on the main story and whatnot. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you noticed, but like there at the beginning, there is a teaser for about from Dead Island. If you remember the picture from Dead Island, like where the palm tree and there's like a hanging body there.
Yeah.
There's that. So and there's a lot of rumors been going around that Dead Island 2 should be coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah, but it's not made by Tech Island though.
No, it's not. But still,
I will say though, kind of get going off the topic here. Truck driving, of course. Dying Light 2 is a very solid game. I'm surprised not a lot of people actually enjoy it as much as I do. And a lot of people feel like it's lackluster compared to the first one. But in my honest opinion, I really kind of like, I will say it feels like a major improvement in a way.
From the first one?
Yeah, I mean, there's some like, here and there, kind of like, I wish this didn't happen, or this wasn't here, this wasn't here. But no, I mean, it's still a pretty fun game. Like, the one thing I hate is like you have a timer for how long you can actually be in the night.
Really?
Yeah. You can't just like, roam the night like, you did in the first one. But I will say this, volatiles though, you did not as frequent as they were in the first one, and for good reason. Very good reason. Because you remember, like, in the first game, like, once you get past a certain point, you just go walk up to them and bitch smack them, they're dead, right? No, in this game, you walk up to one, you bitch smack them, he bitch smack you, you're dead. Like, it's so hard to kill a volatile now, it's not even fucking funny.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they're, like, you actually see one, you kind of like, oh, fucking shit. So like I said, in the first one, there were plenty of them. And like I said, I don't understand why, like, at nighttime, they don't, like, cause you have all of these screamers out, and they kind of replaced the volatile in a way. But it's like, man, wish you'd, what would make nighttime a little more, like, intense is if some of the volatiles are actually walking around. I mean, maybe they do, and I just haven't encountered one because maybe it's a little bit rarer than usual. But, like, like, I feel like if they were plenty in the city, like they were in the first one, especially how hard they made them this time around, would make the game a little more like, fucky, at 90-90.
Yeah, the first one was pretty sketchy there at the beginning whenever we first got it.
Yeah. Like the first time you run across the volatile, you're like, fuck. But like once you progress the story and everything, you're like, oh man, bitch smack one, and you're like, ha, I killed the fucker. No, in this game, like, I tried taking on a volatile because there's just one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of infected. Yo, this motherfucker's like, they call me big bitch. Fuck you.
They call me Big Fat Albert.
And like, it's like, oh fuck, oh shit. It's like I hit him with my most damaging weapon, right? Didn't even do a sliver of damage. I'm like, oh shit. Here we fucking go. Oh, here. Okay, well here we actually fucking go. The traffic just started to go. Ha ha ha.
Alright, man, well, it is time for me to head on now. It's time for bed and stuff, and I just finished up my last run.
Alrighty then, man. It's good talking to you.
Yep. Maybe, possibly, we could probably do this maybe every other week if we're going to try to do this on Sunday, because this will be a perfect. It'll keep you motivated and everything, because I know, like, a lot of times, like, when Logan is taking, like, a long drive, he'll call me, and just
Yeah.
so he can stay awake, and, you know, I know this probably will work out for you, too. If
Oh
I,
yeah,
if,
definitely, man.
if I do this, like, every Saturday, or not every Saturday, but like every Sunday, and like I said, every other week or so. This way we can probably have more questions instead of doing it every week, and then we'll probably run out of questions real fast. Probably doing it every other week would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, man. Like like I said, I feel like this is a good, instance to get your viewers, like a little bit more immersed into the game, to have like be able to actually ask questions about the actual road and not just about the video game. Um, and then like that, but like it refills your question log and whatnot. And like I said, I'll be here majority of the fucking time, so I'm not like not going anywhere.
Yep. Oh.
But yeah, I'm almost to my destination anyway, and I need to fucking find a place to fucking relieve my fucking bladder. All right, man. Well, it was good talking to you.
All right, man. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for coming on by.
Not a problem, man. Have a good one.
All right, man. Drive safe.
Better subscribe. 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 Fucking subscribe. Subscribe, or I will plow this truck in your mom. Yeah. How she like that? All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
All right, well, guys, I hope that helps a lot. Like I said, we'll try to do this on Sundays, and see how that's going to turn out. If you do have questions, we can always come back to them. Sundays, we'll probably start doing this on Sundays, since a lot of people has been enjoying it for sure. We'll definitely keep that up in mind. Other than that, we're actually going to get ready to head on out. So tomorrow that's another live stream. I may not stream ATS tomorrow. I might stream something else. It depends. It depends how I feel. I actually did not want to do ATS tonight, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Just going to do it. Wednesday I will have a big video coming. If hopefully I can get it in that time. I think it should. And then there's a lot of things going to be happening to the channel here very soon. Let me do this. There we go. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of new things coming to the channel. This room may not be here anymore. I mean, it's still going to be my room. It's going to be still like, the sleeping area and everything. But I'm working on a new project. So it's going to still taking time. I'm hoping to try to get that done by the end of next month. I was hoping by this coming weekend, not this past weekend, but this coming weekend, to get in there. With everything going that's happening, I still gotta buy things and stuff like that and get everything fixed up. But other than that, Tuesday is Borderlands 2, Captain Scarlet and her Pirate's Booty. Wednesday is GTA Vice City. Thursday, Horizon Forbidden West. Friday, Darksiders 3. Saturday, we're going to be doing a game. I think I have a game in mind. I actually hopped on, played a little bit of it today, and it brought so many memories back. I really enjoyed the game. The first part, I'll probably do a video, but then I'll still do a live stream later on that night. Not 100% sure yet if I'm going to do the game. I might still go back to the PS2. We'll see. But like I said, maybe Saturday or Sundays we'll be doing ATS. We'll see. Alright, y'all. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I shall see you guys in the next live stream / video. Hope you guys enjoyed.